It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
From Windsor, Ontario, it's Remotely Zach. And now from Studio 17 in the automotive capital of the world, oh boy, Zachary Thomas.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Welcome to Remotely Zach. I am your host, everybody's favorite, Zachary Thomas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We got a great show for you this evening. Tonight I hit the streets to see what Windsorites really know about the city of Windsor, so you'll want to stick around for that. And I also have the weirdest news found on the internet as well, as always. But before we begin, I do ask that you please hit the subscribe button. It really helps support the channel, and it is a free way of supporting it as well. Who doesn't like free? I know who's not subscribed. You can also catch us on Spotify. We air on Saturdays at 8 o'clock, so look up Remotely Zach, and you can stream us there. God, I'm exhausted. Oh my God. I can't even tell you how tired I am. I mean, I even had to tell myself, not tonight, honey, not tonight. It's been a wild week. I should mention the plane crash that happened on Wednesday in Washington, D.C. My condolences go out. It's tragic. It really was horrific. Now, in case you don't know, a plane crashed with a Black Hawk helicopter in D.C. There were no survivors. And you know what made this even worse? Somebody had to give the President of the United States a microphone. Take a look.
FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them. They can be air traffic controllers.
Okay, two things. One, the fucking nerve. Two, what the hell's going on with those eyebrows?
It was because of DEI. It was all DEI. It's all this stuff. Settle down, boy. Settle down.
Asseline here really can't take any responsibility for this, blaming both Joe Biden and Barack Obama. And this obsession with Obama is getting weird. Just ask the guy out already. I mean, and plus, Obama and Biden aren't president anymore. You are. So start fucking acting like it. It's really bad when you have to give the President of the United States the speech like you give a 3-year-old. Oh man, did you guys hear about this? The Trump White House is considering welcoming in people who are non-traditional media, like podcasters. Take a look.
It's essential to our team that we share President Trump's message everywhere and adapt this White House to the new media landscape in 2025. This White House believes strongly in the First Amendment, so it's why our team will work diligently to restore the press passes of the 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous administration. We're also opening up this briefing room to new media voices who produce news-related content and whose outlet is not already represented by one of the seats in this room. We welcome independent journalists, podcasters, social media influencers, and content creators to apply for credentials to cover this White House. This seat in the front of the room, which is usually occupied by the press secretary's staff, will be called the new media seat.
Yes, Zach here from Zachattackproductions. What makes Trump qualified to be president? And seriously, what's going on with those 2 caterpillars on his eyes? I do want to say something about his press secretary, who, by the way, is only 27 years old. Yeah, just the way Trump likes his press secretaries. Young, blonde, and dumb. That's it. Really it. By the way, can we pull up the photo of her again? I mean, look at it. She's wearing a cross. The fucking nerve. Man, she has wearing a cross while defending the most anti-Christian president out there. Oh my God. When you go out and defend a president who lies, cheated on his wife with another woman who he married, then cheated on her with another woman with a porn star, man, it's the circle of hypocrisy. It really is. Anybody have election fever? Because it's out there. That's right. Ontarians? Ontario bodies? Anyway, people from Ontario are heading to the polls, and not the one your horny cousin Salas talks about. Not that one. Yo, I'm heading to the poll to see the lady. Come on. The reason behind this is that Doug Ford wants bigger numbers at Queen's Park so he can fight Trump and his tariffs. Yeah, bigger numbers. You just need If he wants bigger numbers, he just needs to step on the scale. I mean, Doug Ford is also being challenged by the leader of the New Democratic Party, Merritt Stiles, and leader of the Liberal Party, Bonnie Crombie, or as I like to call her, Ontario's Hillary Clinton. Thank you. Man, 2 women competing for the job as premier. 2 women. Well, wait until Trump gets a load of that. I mean, oh my God, it's going to be wild. Wait, there are 2 women waiting to be the Premier Minister of Ontario, Ohio. I bet they're both nasty women. Also, the big blonde butch one, who you know reminds me of the woman on The View, Rosie O'Donnell, who made fun of my hair. But oh my, there are 2 women running. I guess it's true what they say. There's very fine pussy on both sides. There's very fine on both sides. Going to hell, by the way. So get a load of this. I was actually interneting the other day. Yeah, interneting. Hey, what are you doing down there? I'm interneting. And I came upon a list of the sexiest professions. God, I really am horny. Should we take a look? So, lawyer, construction worker, personal trainer were some of them. I could see that. But now, why has nobody said talk show host? I mean, come on, people. Now, I thought I would make this my question of the week, and I really wanted to know what you guys thought were the sexiest jobs out there. All right, let's take a look. Ronnie Chambers, nurse. Glenn Miller, water slide tester. Oh yeah. Tress Vert, planning the operating ceremonies of Taco Bell. Paul Nardone, funeral director. Right this way, sir. Chloe Sparks, doctor, like, yes, daddy, come take care of me. I'm sick. LMAO. Yes, that's right. Give me that thermometer. I said I'm going to hell. We got a great show for you this evening. I got the weirdest news found on the internet. But when I return, I hit the streets to see what Windsor residents really know about the city they live in. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back. Folks, I got to venture outside the studio. Zach, you went outside? Yes, and guess what? I survived. That's right, I went outside the studio to talk to some people out on the streets about what they know about the city of Windsor in my latest edition of 3 Questions With. Can I get your name?
My name is Aditya Sharma.
And what program are you studying?
Hospitality, hotel and restaurant.
Okay, do you like it so far?
Kind of. Like, yeah, I like
That's very promising. It's a very promising answer. Kinda. All right, so how long have you been in Windsor for?
I came here in December 2023.
Okay, so you've been here for a while.
More than a year.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you, what is Windsor famous for? What are some things Windsor is famous for?
I think the Caesar and the riverfront is the most eye-catching part in Windsor, and I think that this.
Have you tried our pizza?
Not yet.
Not yet. You've been here for 2 years, and you have not tried pizza.
I have tried the pizza, but from the Indian stores, not the proper like pepperoni pizzas and all that, because I am a vegetarian person. That's why.
Ah, that makes sense. So can I get your name and what you're studying?
This is Rakesh Shah, and I'm studying business management here in logistic and supply chain.
So what is Windsor famous for?
For industries, the automobile, but I like the weather here.
You like the weather here? Yeah. The very, very, very cold weather.
Compared to the north, yeah, it's better because I've been to Toronto and Brantford. It's very cold out there. And even in London, you see, it's more cold compared to here. So I like the weather here.
Yeah, you get more of that snow, though, out there.
Yeah, but here it's fine. But just for the last week, it's been snowing like this, but rest of the year, it's fine, right?
Yes. So what is the name of the U.S. state across the border?
State?
Yes.
Oh, Michigan.
Correct. You are the first person who has not said Detroit. So what Canadian musician was born in Windsor?
I'm not sure of it. I'm sorry.
That was Shania Twain.
My name is Edua, E-D-U-A.
Okay. Are you from Windsor originally?
I'm from Amherstburg.
Oh, I grew up in Amherstburg. Okay. Yes. Well, we have that in common. What is Windsor famous for?
I say Windsor pizza. You can get it the best here in Ontario.
Where can you get the best pizza?
Antonino's.
Okay. I hear about Antonino's. Not sponsored officially, but I hear great things. So, what is the name of the U.S. state across the border?
Michigan.
Okay, great. So far, the first person who hasn't said Detroit. What Canadian musician was born in Windsor? Would you like a hint? Their most famous hit is Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
I feel like a woman.
I don't know.
Shania Twain was born in Windsor. Yes. What's your name?
My name's Lily.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying hospitality, hotel, and restaurant.
Oh, very nice. There are 2 international crossings. What are they?
International crossings.
Yes.
What is?
From Windsor to Detroit.
Oh, the tunnel and the bridge, the Ambassador Bridge and the.
What's the tunnel?
The U.S. Windsor Tunnel.
That's the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel. What is our famous sports team?
Is it hockey?
Yes.
Spitfires?
That is true. That is very true. What country music artist performed at the WFCU in 2013?
Was it Shania Twain?
It was not Shania Twain. It was Carrie Underwood. That was this edition of 3 Questions With. Thank you for coming out and talk to me, and we'll be right back with the weirdest news found on the internet. Stick around. It's Friday, and that means it's time to get weird. Time for weird news. In weird flower news, an orchid uses a finger-like appendage to pollinate itself. I'm sorry, I tried to look sexy, but I just looked like I had a seizure. A species of fungus-eating orchid has an ingenious self-pollinating method. The secret lies in the orchid's mysterious finger-like appendage. Look, as long as it cleans up afterwards, it's fine. Stigmaticodolitis cacaneus is an orchid that lives in shady Japanese forests. So it likes the good stuff then. I'm going to hell. The appendage thus acts like a bridge, transferring the orchid's pollen in a self-pollination trick, but only as a last resort. So, a defense mechanism? Hold back, I'm gonna pollinate everywhere. Observations from the early 1990s suggest 2 other closely related orchid species also use their unusual appendages to self-pollinate. Yeah, so do humans. From orchids to Ocala, it's time for...
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can. Look out, here comes the Florida man.
It's no joke that snow has fallen in Florida, and this week's Florida man got to experience it firsthand. Jakeem Johnson was overjoyed when he woke to a rare snowfall, which had blanketed the state of Florida earlier this month. Jakeem, who has lived in Florida his whole life, dashed outside in his sweatpants and a jumper to soak in the experience. Entertainer Jakeem from Tampa, Florida said, "My wife woke me up early and told me it was snowing. I was like, what? No way. It felt surreal." Well, buddy, it was real. Get used to it. Time to head up to the Great White North for the weirdest stories that'll have you say,
"Oh, Canada."
If you are a Tim Hortons worker watching this, make sure you know who you are serving because a goat was arrested after walking into a Saskatchewan Tim Hortons. Oh, I'd like a double, eh? That is the most Canadian headline I have ever read in my entire life. Well, maybe not. I mean, Beaver would have to top that. Officers were called to a Martinsville, Saskatchewan Tim Hortons to remove a goat that refused to leave, as reported by the National Post. He was very unhappy with this, so the members decided to take him home instead of holding him in detachment. Now, do we have the goat's reaction? Organizers of the University of Saskatchewan Rodeo later said that the goat escaped from their event the previous night. That goat is the true goat. Well, that's the weirdness for this week. Now it is time for your dad joke of the week. Let's pick one out here. All right, what have we got right here? They're always upside down. That's the thing, they're always upside down. How did the cheese hold back the water with an Edam? We're gonna try this again. How do ducks like their cheese? With quackers. Well, that is the show this evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you stayed this long, make sure to give us a like, comment, and also subscribe to the Zachattackproductions YouTube channel. I do the show every single week, so again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you to my announcer, Riley Shea. I've got social medias. Those are always down in the description below. We'll see you again next week. Same place, same time. Good night.
That was easy.
Well, that's the show for tonight. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with all the latest Remotely Zach. You can also follow us on our social media. I'm Riley Livingston. Good night.